swing on this first,
Okay.
because it's just rubbish anyway, whatever it is. But at the end of the day, all I'm trying to do is just try and get something on it. I don't even know where it's going to go, what it's going to do.
That's rhythm.
No, it's not a
Soft.
It's not a great shot. I'm doing this, I can see.
You can feel it now, can you?
Yeah, I know I do it. There it goes. Nice flick. Flick and collapse. That's the swing. It's awful.
Your posture this morning needs a bit of attention.
Again, yeah. I'm stiff as hell. I've been sitting on aeroplanes, sitting in the office. It's not
Classic, isn't it? Classic golf. You know, it's just such a problem. But you look, well, you are. You're 90% on your toes.
I thought I was leaning back. So
Wow. And your hands are too far away from your body, so when we draw a line up through the toes, your knees are on that line, but the middle part of your shoulders should be on this line and the hands. So we need to kind of rock back a bit, get everything a bit taller, a bit straighter. And then you slightly come out of posture. But it's not bad. It's a nice position there. So considering that you're reaching for it, you've actually built quite a stable platform there. As you can see, 71%, 100% right on the tippy toes. And the middle of the bat pretty well. But I think because you're leaning forward, because you're reaching
I
forward.
felt that I leaned backwards on that one. Can I try another one?
Sure.
I could have sworn that I was leaning backwards, so I'm really going to exaggerate leaning backwards now.
Okay.
Now that to me is like I'm going to fall off the back now.
Right. You are 50-50. You are 70% on the heels.
And how much do you want?
About 50-50. So you just could lean a bit more forward. Great. Okay, now the next thing you need to do is just straighten the knees up a bit more. A bit more. That's it. And now you've got to try and really change the spine a little bit. You're quite rounded here at the moment. So you need to push your pelvis out, get your bottom up a little bit more. More. Can't keep going. Okay. Push out, not up. As if you're going to stick your bum out. That's it. Keep going. Keep going. That's better. Now. That looks better. That's it.
That feels too close there, Paul.
Sure. I can well imagine. Let's just get that. Okay. Oh. Stone sound. There we go. Okay, so that looks, yeah, that's good. So, yeah, there we go. Excellent. I'll do another one.
Can I see how shit it was? It's just frustrating the fucking daylight out of me this morning.
Just got to really drive that left leg back.
But why I just don't understand why it's so flicky.
Well,
Is that because there's no hip rotation?
yeah, you can't you can't rotate your hips when your balance is off, because you won't have the stability to do it. Okay. And then if you can now just get the bottom out a little bit more. Okay, great. Okay. But yeah, the hips are not quite functioning. Better posture though. Touch too much knee flex, but not bad. So when you start the downswing there, there's just not quite the activity we need to get that pelvis rotating. It's kind of a bit too much together. So the trouble is that by that time there, the hands are then having to kind of do all the work. It's transferring into the arms and the hands a bit too early. It's a good plane though. Can't argue with that. See how you look a little bit stuck with the finish then, legs, hips.
At least I haven't got a gap in there.
Correct. See, you're finding all the positives now, Mr. B.
Well, not like
No, you're not. No. Used to be quite
Elvis.
Okay, so
You know, to me that's 4 fingers, so that to me is perfect away from the ball, the way that I've...
yeah.
So I think I'm okay with the way the ball is. That other one was much too close. I don't know.
Well, that measurement's absolutely fine, but you're doing it with your weight on your tippy toes. So if you can measure with more of your balance stable, that's great now. That's good. That's better.
Lean back a little bit more or not?
Not to the right, no.
Sliding so far off the club face actually.
Balance looks better. A lot of good things happening. We had issues before with the club being way outside the line. Massive outside in. Left leg's working a lot harder. It's just here you stop rotating the pelvis at this point, which then delivers that release. You can see the knee sort of, right knee popping out. Pelvis is just stopped and then carries on. There's just that little jolt there. But if you're stiff, well then it's kind of asking the impossible to get that body turning. So we've got 85.
Back to your
12.
speed again.
Back to my supersonic speed. Swing
So what
directions.
was the loft on the fade?
The dynamic loft 25.6.
I have brought it down a little bit.
You have.
Not much, but
You have. Swing plane is good, 60 degrees. 58.7, so that's a very good swing plane. Yeah.
is that okay for us? It's a 6-iron, is that?
Yeah, for a 6-iron, that's bang on plane.
Or do we need that loft down more?
Nope. No, that's very good.
So just go back to the figures again.
So 157 total. Spin rate 5,400.
That's too much or not?
No, that's spot on. Absolutely spot on. I'm going to be about 5,500, which you've pretty much hit the mark there. Launch angle's good, 20 degrees.
I still think it was too high.
Yep.
shooting time, is that something new that you've got now?
Hang time,
Yeah.
5.5 note, that's always been on there, so that's the flight time of the ball from start to finish, or start to when it lands, so 5.5 seconds, which is a good height, a good hang time. Trajectory wise,
Still think it's going miles too high.
let's have a look. No, it's peaking 30 yards high. That's the optimum for all clubs, for men. It's the average. So no, I mean, yeah, it's a high ball flight versus a low ball flight versus a medium ball flight, but you tend to find that, you know, on tour it's averaging about 30 yards for the men and 25 for the girls. So.
But what would you expect that loft to be down? Surely that loft could come down.
Sure, absolutely. I mean, the lower that loft is, the better. Completely.
What would you think it should be?
18. The big guys, you know, pump it out there at 18 degrees aloft generally. Generally speaking.
So why did it fade like that then?
I just call it slightly off the heel. So this is kind of like a Stephen, 92 miles an hour with a 6-iron, 21 degrees of loft on the club.
Is this Stephen?
No, this is
Another guy. Another
yesterday. So height and shape of Stephen. For him, we have to actually slow his hips down.
Yeah, he's too quick on his hips. Yeah.
Well, this is slow. If we can go back a few here, this is where it started to all go. Because his hips were just so explosive. He just got so disconnected. You can see
He's
how
going to
it's
be sprayed all over the shop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fantastic impact there.
Yeah.
Right arm, left arm, good hip clearance. And then just pushes it out there, just like Stephen's impact. For the left leg, absolutely locked out. Yeah.
What was his number?
Into a headwind, 173 carry, 95 club head speed, 125 ball speed.
So my smash factor's the same as his. Everything is the same. It's just got less spin.
1,000 less spin.
And he's basically hitting another high. So
Yeah.
He's hitting like a 5. He's changed it into like a 5.
Yeah. Yeah.
And is that because of the hip rotation?
Yeah. 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 He walked away yesterday feeling like he was swinging at 50% speed, and yet his club head speed went up. Because suddenly he just connected his whole body together. So, but you can see what I mean about the posture. You see how flat that back is. And you can do that.
Yeah, but he's like probably 18 years old, 20 years old. I'm 50 almost.
No, you're not. 39.
See, now that I thought the pelvis carried on going there. It was almost, wasn't it?
It was far better. Far
But
better.
we get rotation at the back there or not. It's still flicky, man. Jesus.
Well, to until we get enough pelvis rotation. It just dies a little bit there, doesn't it? And then it kicks up again, so we could still do with more of a continuous movement.
So what was the face angle there? 20?
The dynamic loft was 24.
What were the numbers on it? I like numbers.
87. 5. Spin.
See, we got the spin down there.
Soon playing the same.
Still don't understand how they're getting such a low loft on.
Because their hands are ahead. Simple as that. Okay, so I'm going to move your pelvis this time. Okay, off we go. And then we'll start. Okay. Ready? Go. On me now.
Ball felt a bit, let's get up. Ball felt lower, and the ball did feel lower.
You see the difference? See, right now, you can see how the club has caught up with the pelvis. Now this is where the arms would then overtake the pelvis. And what I'm trying to do here is to keep your pelvis. But I can't quite match the speed there. So it's just now starting to overtake. See the club now starting to release early because the pelvis just is slowed down. So I managed to get you going early to get ahead, as you can see there, but then got to that point and then you threw it into the arms just a bit too soon.
I wonder what the strike was on there. Couldn't you get it?
No, I couldn't quite.
Do both. Interesting to see how flicky it would be.
Yeah. Okay, well, we'll do it again. I'll see if we can just catch your eyes. That's great. Right, so you've got to help me this time. Okay.
And not flick so much.
Yeah, when I turn, you go with me. Okay, ready? Go. Got it? We got to there, and this is where you need to keep driving the pelvis around. It's moving, but it's slowing. A bit too soon. Did you feel the
Pain, yes.
good pain though?
When I see that flick, I just want to absolutely...
Throw the club.
Yeah, I did.
You just
What
got.
if I just don't use any arms then?
So what you're going to hit the ball with?
I don't know, I'm just not going to use any arms. So. I
use more hips this time then.
Yeah, but I felt I did. Then let's try another one.
It's not. It's at the top, but once you initiate it, you've got to keep going. You've got to keep accelerating that pelvis.
Yeah, but the pelvis, not the arms.
Correct. Yeah. Accelerate the pelvis.
Feels a pain.
Feel the gain.
Better, no?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
But then I'm
Sure.
not feeling that there are any arms in there at all.
You can see though that the arms, it's working. That's much better. Yeah. So how fast can you rotate the pelvis? That's the question.